Okay, this is take 2 of MAT210 introductory video for spring 2021. I'm Michael Littlecrow. We will be working together this semester, actually this session, this 7 weeks, to make sure that you understand and are able to apply the concepts of brief calculus. This is a key course for those of you in business, and what brief calculus really allows us to do. It allows us to find the rate of change. From algebra, we call that slope. If we have a point, we have 2 points, we get a line, right? And the rate of change between those is the slope. This course is all about that and the reverse of it. What we do though in calculus is we develop some tools so that we can get the slope not at 2 points, the present and the future, but we're actually able to get what that slope would be at the single point of the present, which will allow us to project off into the future whether we should buy more stuff, whether we should try to sell more stuff, whether, what's going to be our profit and loss. That's what we're looking at, is mathematics that allows us to tell what the future potentially will be with good probabilities, right? We're not going to be exact. We're not fortune tellers, but the mathematics of collecting data, analyzing that data, and using calculus to project is what allows us to make good decisions that in the long run allows us to keep going up. 1 or 2 decisions may not pan out, but with these tools that we're going to learn, we will see that consistency. We will be able to do well in our fields. So let's get started with a look at what we're going to be required to do. I want to get you started this week quickly, without too much of my talking, taking your time. Please note that all these videos that you do, there's a little knob, a control knob where you can speed things up, or you can fast forward, all that kind of stuff. So first thing, myasu.edu. Go there, click on the link to get into our Canvas course. And this is our Canvas course. I have it currently in student view, so this should be what you see. If you need to get a hold of me, there's this Inscribe community. That should be working. It's new this semester. I'm learning about it myself, but we'll work with you in being able to respond here. To get you started, of course, go to the welcome video. I'm sorry, I've been pointing. I'm on the wrong screen. Inscribe is here. The welcome video. Okay, so if you haven't used Canvas before, here's our tour. Hopefully you have done some. There's my picture. I've got a little bit less hair now because of COVID. I'm doing my own, and this is the easiest way to do it, is just buzz it off. So there's my email. You can contact me. And then where is it? It's right down here, right below me. There's a next button, and if you click on that, you go to the next important, well, not that was important, but that gets you started. Student registration handout. This is what you need to register for the homework part and the exams and the quizzes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so click on that, and what will open up is, I believe this, yes, the Pearson Mymathlab. So there's a link. Go to this link, sign up for the course, and this is the course ID right here, Littlecrow 15925. There is a 2-week free access period. After that 2 weeks, if you don't pay or use a access code, then the system drops you out. But what it does is it allows students to get started on day 1 into the course, regardless of whether you have the funds or not. Now there's I think it's $104 for the full access. It gives you 24 months. That may be helpful because the second course after this might use the same text. I don't teach it, so I'm not sure, but that's where that 24 months is you're signing up for use of this textbook for 24 months. If you don't, students who don't pass are a lot of times glad that they bought the longer access time because then they're able to take the other course and not have to buy the text again. There is an 18-week version, which would get you the full semester. We're only going to be in this thing for 7 weeks, so it's up to you. You choose which option, but you just need the access. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And it tells you about, you get your temporary access, but then when you want to upgrade and actually make it permanent, you go here. There's no way to get the course done in 2 weeks. Tests are at particular times and all that kind of stuff. So you need at least 7 weeks of access. So that's that. Next place to do is go to the syllabus. And where's the syllabus? It's right over here. Click on that, and the syllabus will come up. So contact information here. Again, the access code. There's all sorts of good information here that you're going to want to read. The main thing is to get started in the course so that by January 13th you have started working and you started earning mastery points. Now, you don't want to wait till January 13th. You want to do it today. Okay, you got to work each day. You've got to get things started and log in and get going. You need to keep access. So if you disappear for 5 days, that's an eternity in this class. That's like missing 2 weeks of a course during a regular semester. So log in each day as you can. Take a break once in a while, but if you do a little bit each day, that's the best plan here. What we're going to get you focused on is you want to start this what's a study plan, but I'm going to give you the overall view of what's going to happen here. There's going to be chapter quizzes, so you'll do homework, and then that will unlock chapter quizzes. Each week there is going to be a chapter quiz. Okay, there's 7 of them, 7 weeks. Makes sense, right? Then there's 2 main exams. There's the midterm exam and the final exam. Okay, just 2 of them. They have each a practice exam. Yeah, I call them quizzes here. It's worth 5% of your total grade, each of them. So, but you need to earn what's called mastery points to get those to open up. What I find is the better you do on those practice exams, the higher percentage you get those to, the better off you're going to be. So again, some dates here. Take a look at those. I'm going to show you the overall schedule. So that work the study plan, get those to a minimum of 80%. You'll have then earned enough mastery points to move forward. Again, it doesn't go in the grade book, but that doesn't mean anything. This is where you learn the content. Chapter quizzes are non-proctored, and you get unlimited attempts as well. This is where you're going to show that you've learned the content. And then each chapter quiz will allow you to move forward, and when we get to the midterm, there'll be a midterm exam review. You'll want to do that. Unlimited attempts, but again, you want to get that. I would try to keep doing until you got to 100, 95%. Get it up there. What I find is your score on this oftentimes correlates very closely to what you do on the exam. So if you stop at 70%, typically your exam score is going to be about 70%. So work these all the way. And then take the midterm on time and the final on time, and we're good. Okay. So grades, yes, final exam 35%, midterm and final exam 35% each. That's 70% of your grade, with the quizzes being weekly quizzes 20% and the practices 10%. Okay, so that's how the grade works. And then there's this calendar. I'd recommend printing it off, or at least having access to it. It's a weekly step-by-step way to get to where you need to be. Okay, these dates can easily slip away. Work a little bit each day, more than working a lot on one day. So don't say I'm going to sit 8 hours. I can sit and do math. Probably is not going to work. I'm going to do an hour a day. Probably will work greatly. Okay, whatever you need to do. Sometimes you need to put for reviews and such, but keep working through. So this is our schedule. Okay, what I'm going to focus on now that you've got that is how do I do each section? Well, if you go to the modules, and I think the home is the same thing. Home is tied to the modules because they're so important. So home or modules. Each module for chapter 1, has a lecture video. So you click on this one for section 1.1. You can read the overview if you'd like to, but this is going to get you started. You've got a little thing that tells you what you're going to learn, and then a lecture video. And this one's about 15 minutes. Notice the little thing here. You can speed it up. And the reason I say that is I'm from Oregon. I tend to talk, I've been told I talk a little slow. So you could probably easily speed me up to 1.5 times and still understand me clearly, because we can think faster than we can talk or even hear. So anyway, just as, for those of you stretched on time. Print out and annotate the lecture notes. So then there's some lecture notes here. Great. And some additional examples and such. Then you're ready to do the Mymathlab part. Okay. For each section, it works that way. We go to Mymathlab. Let me go to Student View. So this should be what you see. And where you want to go to get started is the study plan. Work through the study plan. Okay, so for 1.1, here's all the things we need to do. Let me come here, and maybe I should move myself over here. And you want to do the practice for each of these. These are your homework. Work through it. You will earn mastery points as you go through these. I was pointing in the wrong place. Practice here. The quiz maze. These quizzes are, if you don't earn all the enough mastery points, because maybe you used up all your attempts. I think there's like either 3 or 5 attempts per question. Then you can come to the quiz and earn additional mastery points so that you can unlock things. It'll become self-evident once you start working through those. If you have questions, let me know. But keep doing that. Earn your mastery points for the whole week. Later in the week, I'll do a quick video on how you take the quiz. But right now, you've got to get through 4 sections of homework learning the content. Okay? And that's how you get started. That's what we need you to do. Let me come back to my office. Atop the, I'm not sure what city this is, but I thought it was a cool picture. Makes me feel like I'm on the river anyway. It's in New York, Empire State Building. Anyway, get started on the course. Contact me when you have any issues. Do not wait. This is 7 weeks. It's going to go fast. And I want to see 100% successful learning. I want you to have that feeling inside yourself that you are going to be able to know what's happening today, know how things are changing, so that you can make good decisions for the future. We need well-educated business people making good decisions for our future. That's the only way we're going to be able to come together and have a beautiful life. It really comes down to that. Is there's economics, but economics, if people don't have enough food to eat, that's when we have the biggest problem. So we got to make sure everyone's fed, everyone's well cared for. Then when everybody's happy and well cared for, it's a lot easier to be humans to other humans. Okay, so I look forward to working with you. Be well and make that progress. Sign up for the course, get working, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.